Professional athletes are always at risk when they play. It's just not easy for the human body to withstand all the hits and stress they endure. Some of our favorite athletes suffered a gruesome injury, causing many to wonder if they'd ever be the same. And all they did was come back better and stronger than ever before. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into 10 players who were amazing the year after suffering a serious injury. And a huge, amazing, super incredible shout out to Amanaki Raass for suggesting this list. And if you like it, you know what to do. Click that like button. We appreciate it oh so much. And if you have any ideas for videos, let us know down in the comments section. We love them. And if we love it a lot, we'll totally use your idea and give you a shout out on the channel. Number 10, Stephen Curry. 2011-12 was a lost season for Stephen Curry. He had torn ligaments in his ankles and had to get it surgically repaired. He injured it again during preseason and missed a large chunk of the regular season. He suffered yet another right foot injury in February and was limited to 26 games on the year. Curry came back with a vengeance the following season. He averaged a career-best 22.9 points and 6.9 assists per game. 2 years later, Curry won his first NBA MVP and led the Golden State Warriors to the NBA championship. He has since emerged as arguably the best player in the NBA. That injury only made him stronger. Number 9, Rob Gronkowski. Gronk missed a large portion of the 2012 season and the playoffs due to a broken forearm. He returned in 2013 but played just 7 games. Gronk had an off-season back injury, then tore his ACL in Week 14. A lost season indeed. But a year later, Gronk compiled 82 receptions for 1,124 yards and 12 touchdowns. He helped the New England Patriots win Super Bowl 49, and the rest was history. Gronk was also named the NFL Comeback Player of the Year, highlighting one memorable season a year after suffering a torn ACL. Number 8, Paul George. George led the Indiana Pacers to the top record in the East in 2014, and they fell just 2 games shy of reaching the NBA Finals. George went to play for the USA at the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup, but suffered bone fractures in his right leg. George missed almost all of the 2014-15 season, playing in just 6 games. A year later, George returned like he was never hurt. He averaged 23.1 points and 4.1 assists per game, leading the Pacers to the playoffs. Same old Georgie boy. One injury was not gonna break him. Number 7, Sidney Crosby. Due to multiple concussions suffered, Crosby played a total of just 63 games over the 2010-11 and 2011-12 seasons. It sucked to see the NHL's best player on the sidelines for so long. But Crosby came back in the 2012-13 season, which was limited to 48 games because of a lockout. Sid the Kid scored 15 goals and 56 points in just 36 games, leading the Pittsburgh Penguins to the top seed in the Eastern Conference. A year after that, Crosby took home the scoring title and Hart Trophy as league MVP. That's what the best player on the planet does. Number 6, Peyton Manning. Manning missed the entire 2011 season after needing multiple neck surgeries. The Indianapolis Colts faltered without him and won just 2 games that season. They chose to release the 36-year-old Manning and drafted Andrew Luck with the top pick. Many thought Manning was done, but the Denver Broncos signed the Sheriff to a 5-year deal. Manning threw for 4,659 yards and 37 touchdowns. He led Denver to win 13 wins and a top record in the AFC. He was given the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year award, and rightfully so. In the following year, he set the NFL single-season record for passing yards and touchdowns, en route to league MVP honors. Now raise your hand. How many of you thought he was done before joining the Broncos? Don't worry, you weren't alone. And time out! This is the point in the video where we take a break so you can start thinking about the question for this video. And the question will be, what other players were amazing the year after suffering a serious injury? Let us know in the comments section down below. And hey, if you're not subscribed yet, now's a great time to do so. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. And as always, if you like the video, then feel free to go ahead and click that like button. We'd really appreciate it. And back to the video. Number 5, Jim Thome. Thome struggled with the Philadelphia Phillies in the 2005 season. He had a right elbow injury and posted one of his worst statistical seasons, batting just .207 with 7 home runs. Thome was traded to the Chicago White Sox and did wonders for the perennial slugger. Thome batted .288 and smashed a whopping 42 homers and 109 RBI, bouncing back nicely. And yes, he received the American League Comeback Player of the Year award. Number 4, Adrian Peterson. Late in the 2011 season, the Minnesota Vikings star running back towards ACL and MCL and missed the remainder of the season. Not only was his ability to play in 2012 in doubt, but many wondered if AP would ever be the same. Well, Peterson won the NFL MVP award after rushing for 2,097 yards and 12 touchdowns. He was just 9 yards short of topping Eric Dickerson's single-season record. The Vikings reached the playoffs as the one-man team of Peterson came back nicely from an injury that only seemed to make him better. Number 3, AMAR'E Stoudemire. Just before the 2005-06 NBA season began, the Phoenix Suns learned that superstar AMAR'E Stoudemire needed surgery to repair cartilage damage in his knee. He was limited to just 6 games that season, but boy did he bounce back nicely. Stoudemire averaged an insane 20.4 points per game and a career-high 9.6 rebounds per game. He helped the Suns win 61 games and probably prevented Steve Nash from winning a 3rd straight MVP. Stoudemire suffered a lot of injuries in his career, but that knee injury would not hold him back for long. It made him even greater, actually. Number 2, Mariano Rivera. 13 All-Star Game appearances, 5 World Series championships, and the all-time leader in saves with 652. It was quite a career for Rivera, and he showed why he was in a class of his own. Early in the 2012 season, Rivera tore his ACL while simply catching fly balls during a New York Yankees practice. Rivera missed the rest of the season but vowed to return. He came back in 2013 and racked up 44 saves with an insane 2.11 ERA. Rivera won the AL Comeback Player of the Year award and would retire. What a way to go out on top, as a 42-year-old too. And number 1, Mario Lemieux. As many of you know, Super Mario had to battle cancer, many injuries, and retired twice in his career. But out of all of his great comebacks, we picked what he did in 1991-92. You see, Lemieux was limited to 26 games in the 1990-91 season after suffering a herniated disc and the infection that stemmed from it. A year later, Lemieux scored 44 goals and 131 points. He took home the NHL scoring title and led the Pittsburgh Penguins to their second consecutive Stanley Cup. That's how you bounce back, folks. And in the comment section down below, we want to know, what other players were amazing the year after suffering a serious injury? And as always, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do so. So you have a whole thing I have to read off here and run down, so you gotta bear with me. And last but not least, if you like the video, feel free to like the video down in the like section. We appreciate it oh so very much. And as always, be sure to tune into Total Pro Sports for more cool videos every single day.